Hi, it's Doug with Agoge Tactics here. Today we're going to test a couple of shotgun myths. Here at Agoge, we currently do believe the shotgun to be the best home defense weapon that you can have, but there are a lot of myths out there about the shotgun, and so we're going to put a few of them to test today. We're going to evaluate three myths. One is the penetration capability of birdshot through wall. The myth states that if you shoot through a wall with birdshot, the two layers of the drywall will absorb enough energy so that it will not harm an individual on the other side of the wall. To test this, we have constructed a standard wall. It's a 2x4 construction, 16-inch on center studs with two 1/2-inch pieces of drywall on either side. We will shoot through this drywall, and we will have cardboard targets located a foot away from the wall on the other side, and we will see the penetration of that of the shot. We will use number 6 and 7.5 today. We will fire everything out of the 18.5-inch barrel. We will make one shot out of the 26-inch bird barrel to show how much more that compresses the shot. We want to demonstrate, at least in my opinion, that the shorter barrel is the more effective barrel to use in this situation. The number 2 myth we will test is that I've heard it said by many people, oh, you cannot use birdshot. Birdshot is ineffective against a human being. You must use double-aught buck or slugs. So we're going to take a shot at 40 feet, which is the longest shot I have in my house. You may have a longer shot, and so that it'll be up to you to test that. But we will fire at 40 feet. We will shoot at a pig. We will shoot at a rib rack backed up by a pork shoulder at 40 feet, and we're going to try to see what effect that shot has on the that pork shoulder and that rib rack. Again, we will do that with number 7.5 shot. We're going to try to use what we think is the weakest load out of the 18-inch barrel that is unchoked. So we will test the effectiveness of that shot at 40 feet. The third myth is that you don't need to aim a shotgun. All you have to do is kind of point that shotgun in somebody's direction and pull the trigger, and it's going to hit them. Okay, so we will test these three myths today while we're out on the range. After we perform these tests, we'll come back here and we are going to do a debrief on what we found out. I would like to point out that I am of the opinion going into this that the shot will be safe through the wall on another individual, at least at a longer range in the room. I read an article that stated this years ago. I trusted that article, and for years I've carried number 6 shot because that's what they suggested. So I do believe that going into this, and I do believe that the birdshot is effective at home distances against an intruder. So we will test the effectiveness of this, and we'll find out what myths are true and what aren't. We'll find out if we're right or we're wrong. That's what we're going to test today, and the next shot you should see is us at the range doing this testing. All right, guys, we're going to shoot the number 6 shot from a 2 3/4-inch shell at 6 feet just to pattern the shotgun. But I just wanted to demonstrate to you guys that you still have to be able to aim your shotgun in this instance, you know. So at 6 feet from the target, we're going to take one shot on the target here. So, all right, look at the target there. That's a number 6 shot load at 6 feet. That's one hole, isn't it? So anybody who thinks you don't have to aim your shotgun is a fool. Shouldn't own a shotgun. All right, now we're going to step back to a more appropriate distance. And I want you to note the shotgun here. It's 18.5-inch riot barrel, no choke, okay? So we're not choking the shot down at all. So we're going to step back to about 12 feet where we're going to take our second shot from, and we're going to take our second shot. All right. As you can see, already just 6 more feet, and we've got a lot more spread, a lot less hole penetration right there. Still a very tight pattern, so you can't just stick your gun out and fire it any which way you want to. You must control the muzzle. You must aim your shotgun when you use it. Okay, guys, we're going to take the same shots now with 7.5-inch shots. Lighter load, hoping that we're going to get a little more spread because we're trying to test a couple of self-defense loads, trying to find out which one's the best today. All right? So again, first shot from about 6 feet away. All right, so if you look at the shot, you got a little more spread. It looks a little bit more like the number 6 from the 12 feet, okay? So you get a little more ragged hole, but still, again, I want to highlight, you must aim your shot. If you're trying to shoot somebody down the hallway, you can miss them big with a shot like this. Now we're going to step back to 12 feet roughly. All right, we're getting a little more spread again with the 7.5 shot. So now that we've patterned the rifle and demonstrated that using your sights, whether it's a bead, whether you got rifle sights, whatever you got, we're trying to demonstrate that you must control the shotgun. It is not an idiot gun. You must be a valid shooter. You must spend time on the shotgun learning to shoot it correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire the shot from 2 distances that you may be at in your room, and we're going to see what it does as it penetrates the wall. Is it going to penetrate a target that's a ½ inch on the other side? Because again, like I said in the intro, the theory is that you can fire a shot in the home, you can be devastating on a target in the room, but when it hits a wall and goes through the wall, it's not lethal on the other side. So that's what we're hoping to either prove or disprove today with this shoot, all right? I'm using the 18.5 inch barrel with no choke on it right now. My first shot will be a 7.5, and my second shot will be a 6, where the muzzle should be about 6 feet from the wall at this point. So we're going to see how effective the wall is at stopping the shot at 6 feet. We're simulating room distances at this point. All right, I'm going to take my shots. Okay, we got 2 shots on target, 7.5, and a number 6 shot. Take a look. You can see right now we've gone through 1 solid hole. We've gone through the wall, and I can see it through the target on the other side. We'll see what happens when we step back a little bit. Now we've stepped back to 12 feet, okay? We're trying to simulate a maximum shot in your bedroom. I know some of you have bedrooms that are bigger than 12 feet, but the average household bedroom is 12 feet in dimension, plus you got to remember you've got the length of your shotgun. Okay, again, 7.5 first, 6 on the second shot. These are a second shot on these walls. Okay, so if you look now, wow, a lot better spread on the target at this point. I don't know if we got penetration on the other side. The holes aren't big enough to see, but let's take a look, all right? As you can see here, even with the number 7.5 and the 6, we've got full penetration of the target on the other side. So, so to answer the question, is the shotgun the ultimate safe home defense gun? I got to admit, I'm a little frustrated because I've always proceeded with the assumption that the shot would not penetrate, not do damage on the other side of the wall. Granted, I have seen experiments where they took these shots from a greater distance, but we really wanted to see what it would do at a room distance. We will take a step back and take a shot at a greater distance in the house and see what happens. But this is not the panacea. This weapon would be lethal to somebody on the other side of the wall. All right. So we're going to change. We're going to change shots. We're going to take a step back, and we're going to get a deeper shot and see at what point the wall starts to stop the penetration of the target on the other side. All right. Okay. So I've put the 26-inch bird barrel on here. I've got a modified barrel on here. It's a modified choke. It's not much. I just wanted to fire this in case anybody had any concerns or thought about the difference of effect on a long barrel. We're all the way out at our 40-foot range here. We're going to put one more shot on the target so that we can see what the effect is at 40 feet with the long barrel. Okay, let's go up and take a look at this. As you can see, at 40 feet with the 7.5, we actually have a tighter pattern than we had at 30 feet with the 18-inch barrel, because this shot we took earlier. So we have a tighter pattern, we have about the same size hole. Let's look at the effect on the back side of the target. Oh yeah, okay, so if you're wondering, should I use a short barrel or a long barrel, there's your answer. Well, it depends on what you're after. If you're after penetration, use the long barrel. For home defense, I'd like to protect the people on the other side of the wall as much as I can, because they may be my loved ones. So I'm going to go with the short barrel. So not all shotguns are made equally. Keep that in mind. We were further out, same size shot, had a much more concentrated hit on the target. So if you were wondering that, there's your answer.